I landed ankle-deep in mud beside a screaming boiler just as the left rail bowed under the locomotive's weight. Steam slapped my face. Pistons hammered. Wheels bit, slipped, bit again. Men shouted in Welsh and English. If that rail failed, this experiment failed with it. "Timber!" I shouted, diving for a rough block. Richard Trevithick stood on the footplate, rigid with focus. "Keep her moving!" he roared. "Do not let the weight settle!" I dropped into the slurry with 2 workers, and we rammed the timber beneath the sagging iron. The rail shrieked, mud trembled, cinders rained over us as the locomotive lurched forward. For one dreadful second, the support slipped. I drove my shoulder into it. The men beside me shoved. Chains snapped taut, steam hissed, and with a groan that shook my ribs, the engine cleared the bend. The workers cheered too soon. Trevithick glanced at me. "Good hands," he barked. "Good luck," I answered. Then I studied the rail. The bend was wrong, too narrow, too sudden. Not simple overload, bad metal. I was in Wales in 1804 at the Pen-y-Darren Ironworks, where Richard Trevithick was trying to prove that high-pressure steam could do more than pump water from mines. It could move industry over land. That mattered because ironworks needed something faster and stronger than horses and wagons. If steam could haul heavy loads on rails, mines, furnaces, ports and cities would be pulled closer together. But early locomotion had a cruel imbalance. Engines were growing stronger while rails remained fragile. Today's journey was no parade, it was a gamble. I crouched by the strained section and tapped the rail with a spanner. The sound came back dead. I scraped away grime and felt my stomach tighten. I had seen this texture before in 1712 and again in 1783, where corrupted alloy turned vital machines treacherous. The same hidden hand had reached Pen-y-Darren. This was sabotage. Someone had weakened a crucial section of track, enough to fail under a record-breaking load. Then I caught movement through the coal haze. A lone figure slipping along the edge of the works, staying close to joints and shadows. I pried loose a tiny fragment from the rail bed and held it between my fingers. It pulsed. A faint low rhythm answered the locomotive's clank, as if the iron were whispering down the line. My enemy was not merely trying to embarrass Trevithick. Someone was experimenting with resonant signalling along iron trade routes. That meant the next weak section was waiting ahead. I followed the figure into the coal-dusted shadows beyond the worksite. Mist curled between stacks of iron. The locomotive clanked nearer behind me, every piston stroke a countdown. Ahead, the operative knelt beside another vulnerable joint, reaching for a small device meant to trigger a final failure. I lunged. We crashed into cinders and wet gravel. The device skittered away. The operative fought hard and silent, scrambling back toward the rail as the engine approached. I caught one wrist, slammed the other hand aside, and tore the mechanism free. Workers shouted. The locomotive was almost on top of us. I kicked the damaged fitting clear and rolled away as Trevithick's machine thundered over the spared section. The rail held. The journey went on, and history went with it. Trevithick had proved that a steam locomotive could haul a serious load and announce a new age, even if the track still lagged behind the machine's ambition. When I looked back, the operative was already vanishing into the Welsh mist. In the coal dust, one object remained: a crude prototype telegraph key. Its arm was already twitching. Tap, 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 tap. A coded rhythm clicked into the damp air, linking the pulsing alloy to something larger. The hidden hand was moving from engines and rails toward communication itself. And as the mist closed over Pen-y-Darren, that tapping told me where history would drag me next. Into the dawn of the magnetic telegraph and the dangerous age of instantaneous messages.